Where did it all begin between me and Tate? I mean, if we're talking about Progress Wrestling, I'm just doing my job, right? A job that I like doing, by the way. Let's not pretend otherwise. I don't want to get things confused here. I'm a man of many hats. I mean, look, Tate, bless his heart, decided to have the longest introduction known to mankind. And he didn't like the way that I announced it, didn't like the way I hosted it. Or at least that's what it would have seemed to somebody that had just maybe tuned into Progress for the first time. Maybe you've been like, okay, these guys they just don't get on with each other. But truthfully, I mean, it's been going on for years, maybe like 2017, 2018, maybe even before that. I mean, we've quite literally met in promotions up and down the country. And we've been involved in some ridiculous situations. Look, I don't want to pull back the curtain too much. Tate backstage is exactly like Tate is in front of the camera. We don't get on. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I f***ing hate him. But that is more about the way that he presents himself to the audience, and that is more about how he chooses to win matches. But in terms of the person, or in terms of especially the wrestler, the dude could do it all, right? He's got all the talent in the world. Look what he's done in Progress. Look what he's done in British wrestling. Look at all the boxes he's ticked. Look at all the championships that he's won. Look at all the people that he's beat. The problem is, there's always an asterisk to it, or 9 times out of 10, there's an asterisk to it. Let's tie it into every time we have faced in a Progress ring. How did he win the first match? He rolled me up and he held my tights. How did he win the second match? Oh, he punched me in the face with some brass knucks, knocked me out, and then put me in a wrist lock, right? Now, ha ha, funny, funny. Good for you, Tate. But the only reason he did that is because he then wanted to get a completely different message out there to say, oh, I beat Simon Miller with a wrist lock. But you didn't. That's out of context. That's nonsense. It's not the truth. It is a complete conspiracy theory, because all you have to do is run the tape back a few seconds, and there he is with his brass knucks knocking people out. And that is what drives me nuts, is that he doesn't need to do that. Maybe he could beat me in one-on-one competition, but we don't know. And the reason we're never going to know is he doesn't trust himself enough to see if he can do it. He hasn't actually got the confidence. It's all a facade. And as you can see, it's pissing me off right now. I mean, people must have this in their own life, where someone that you see the potential, and you see the talent, and you see the skill, but they don't see it in themselves. And usually, one of two things happens. One, that individual shies away, and they don't go after their dreams, and they don't try and better themselves. The other is that they don't let themselves be held back, but instead they come up with this persona or this character in order to act like it doesn't exist, but it does. And that's the real reason that I don't like Tate Mayfairs. I can see what he could potentially do, but he will not allow himself to do it. To the point, I want to say that I lowered myself to his level. I don't want to do myself a disservice either. But here we are, December 30th unboxing. We ain't having an exhibition match, are we? As far as I'm concerned, we're going to try and kill each other. And if someone doesn't walk away from the ballroom, well, we both know what we're getting into, don't we?